Nicole, how many speakers are there?
One.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the November 9, 2020 meeting of the Albany County Legislature. My name is Andrew Joyce, and I serve as chair of the Albany County Legislature. Whether you're watching this meeting via our YouTube stream or listening to it via the telephone, you can tell we have not been able to return to our normal chamber. As previously done, we must move forward with the people's business remotely. Our rules allow for a period of public comment before our meetings. In accordance with the guidance provided by the governor, our own county executive and commissioner of health, we are managing the public forum virtually. I would like to note that the information for participation in tonight's public forum has been on the legislature's website since last week. This is the same format we have used since the pandemic hit, which has produced robust public discourse over the last few months. Speakers are going to be allowed 5 minutes each. I'd like to ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Justin.
Here.
Brewski.
Here.
Bergdorf.
Here.
Chapman.
Participation.
Chapman.
Here.
Clay.
Here.
Clary. Clary. Camiso.
Here.
Cunningham. Demolowitz.
Here.
Drake.
Here.
Epicoro.
Here.
Ethier.
Here.
Feeney.
Here.
Fine.
Here.
Grimm.
Here.
Andrew Joyce.
Here.
Ray Joyce.
Here.
Kuhn.
Here.
Langdon.
Here.
Lakakis.
Here.
Lockhart.
Here.
Mariello.
Here.
Mayo.
Here.
McLaughlin.
Here.
McLean Lane.
Here.
Miller.
Here.
O'Brien.
Here.
Hurley.
Here.
Peter.
Here.
Plosky.
Here.
Reedy.
Here.
Reinhardt.
Here.
Ricard.
Present.
Simpson.
Here.
Smith.
Here.
Honey.
Here.
Ward.
Here.
Whalen.
Here.
Willingham. Wanda.
I'm here. I'm here. Did you hear me?
I got you.
Okay.
Cunningham. 37 present.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Clerk, please identify the first speaker.
Carol Waterman.
Clerk, I'd just like to say I'm here,
Carol?
Mickey Cleary.
Got you.
Folks, I'd like to remind you, if you're not speaking, please go on mute, either on your phone or on your device. Waiting on Carol.
She's there.
Carol, are you with us?
I think she has mute on. She's here.
She just left. Give her a second.
Okay, give a moment, wait a moment for Carol. Okay, everyone, while we wait for Carol, before we get into our business for tonight, I wanted to call on Legislator Chapman to speak about some of our November recipients for the legislature's Beyond the Call for COVID-19 Award. We have two sets of recipients this month, and Legislator Chapman's going to talk about some members of the Albany clergy and what they've done during the COVID crisis. And we're also going to recognize, as it's Veterans Day this week, members of the 42nd Combat Aviation Brigade who were tasked with the COVID-19 response in early March. Legislator Chapman, before you go into your narrative, we're going to go ahead and name all of your recipients for the COVID-19 Beyond the Call Award, which the legislature does monthly. We have Jacqueline and Lorenzo Jones, members of the Blessed Hope Worship Center. We have Shalita Robertson Oliver, and she'll be accepting the award on behalf of Deacon Willie J. Robertson of the Mount Olive Southern Missionary Baptist Church, and the Reverend Dr. Elgin Joseph Taylor Sr. from the Sweet Pilgrim Baptist Church, and Kenneth and Mary Holmes from the Second Baptist Church, and Pastor Willie J. Stovall from the Mount Olive Southern Missionary Baptist Church. So if Ms. Chapman can recognize our recipients and talk a little bit about what they did.
Good evening. Thank you so much, Chairman. I would just like to speak really briefly because I know time is of essence, but I'm so happy to acknowledge these 5 recipients for the relief program because they've done so much this during this COVID-19 pandemic. But the first one that I wanted to say something briefly about is Pastor Elgin Taylor, because I know he has another meeting to go to. Pastor Taylor, are you there? Pastor Taylor?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yes, I'm here. Thank you.
Yeah. Pastor Taylor, Reverend Dr. Elgin Taylor, Sr., the reason why we wanted to recognize him is because of the things that he did. He's the pastor of Sweet Pilgrim Baptist Church, was located on Timbrook and Clinton Avenue in Albany. And he's also my pastor. So not just to say because he's my pastor, but he's done so much with the community, and recognizing him with doing the serving the distribution with the food distribution with over 4,000 people and families. And he's there on the Saturdays. Every Saturday he's giving out food. And this has been for like over 2,000 families starting in March, since we had the pandemic. But he's also doing this throughout the year on the Saturdays. But I just wanted to recognize him because sometimes, we just don't have, that pastors are always getting recognized, but we just want to recognize him because on behalf of the legislature, to let everyone know that some of the things that they are doing in the community and for the community. So Pastor Taylor, we recognize you and honor you for your service. And I know that you're busy, and so everyone's, has a lot of things to do. And I don't want to continue on with speaking about you because I can go on and on. He's been a pastor over 10 years there at Sweet Pilgrim. So we want to thank you so much, and we honor you, Pastor Taylor.
Thank you so much. I'm honored to receive this award on behalf of Sweet Pilgrim. Thank you so much.
Thank you. The next one is Pastor Willie J. Stovall, Sr. Willie J. Stovall is the pastor of Mount Olive Baptist Southern Christian Missionary Baptist Church, and he's been there since 1989, February 1989. So he's been there quite some time. Pastor Stovall is another pastor that's always out in the community in the forefront. We want to recognize these pastors as always, not only inside the church behind the 4 walls, but they're outside of the 4 walls. And we just recognize them because he and his wife, Lady Stovall, they're out there working in the vineyards, and they're doing so much things for our services in the community. And he also was involved with serving over 4,000 distribution with the food distributions. I was there to witness Pastor Stovall several times when he was lifting those boxes. And I'm like, oh my God, Pastor, we want to keep you for Sunday morning. But he's always out there and he's always working. And we just want to thank you and recognize you, Pastor Willie J. Stovall, Sr., for your service in the community. Thank you so much.
Thank you all, and I appreciate the honor, and I accept it with all pride and joy. And I want you all to know that if you need me for anything in your legislation, that I can help you, you can give me a call. And may God bless you and may God keep you. And I accept this award in behalf of the Mount Olive Southern Missionary Baptist Church, the church where everybody is somebody.
Thank you. And I understand, and I know that Wanda Willingham is also a great member there. Aren't you, Wanda?
Yes, I am. I'm one of those people where everybody is Somebody.
All right. Now, our next person is Kenneth Holmes. Kenneth Holmes, he is a lifelong resident of Albany, and I understand that he's involved with a lot of committees. He's a committee person for over 30 years, so that's a great honor right there. But Kenneth Holmes has a family that they go to each one of the distributions for the food, and they're always working together. He and his wife and his son and grandson, they go and they help, and they've been lifting boxes and delivering food. And they've also been doing this since, I understand, since October. But Kenneth Holmes is a person that is always involved with all community activities. He and his wife, Millie, they are members of the Second Baptist Churches. It's located in Catskill, New York, where Reverend Richard Turpin is their pastor. And would you have anything to say, Kenneth? Kenneth Holmes?
He's on mute.
Oh, so, okay. Well.
All right,
Oh, there
how
he
about
is.
now?
There he is,
Right
okay.
now.
Can you hear me?
Kenneth? Yeah.
We can hear
I
you.
just want to say thank you for the recognition. And we do our best when we're called on to help out. And that's what I've been doing for quite a few years, and I don't mind. And anytime you need me, I'm here. So thank you very much for the honor.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kenneth. We always can count on you. Now next we have Deacon Willie J. Robeson, which his daughter Shalita. Are you there?
He's on there. I got him on there. Yeah.
Shalita?
She got him on now.
Okay. Well, let me just, Deacon Robeson is the chairman of Mount Olive Baptist Church. And Deacon Robeson has been the chairman there since 1976. He was ordained a deacon, and he became the chairperson of the deacons. So what Willie J. Robeson has done, he's got together a group of deacons there. I see Elijah, Elijah Willingham. He's also has Hayes Coleman, Deacon Hayes Coleman, Deacon Hayward Brown. There's a few other deacons and church members that have organized together, and they've been going to all of this food distributions. And we know that the COVID relief is helping so many people in the community. We just want to recognize you briefly, Deacon Robeson. So thank you so very, very much for what you have done in our community. So do you have anything to say for your dad?
He should be on here.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Oh,
go ahead,
yeah.
talk.
I thank you so very much for the recognition. We thank you for welcoming everybody who you recognized at Mount Olive Baptist Church in the deacon ministry and in the church who got out and served. We appreciate you so very much. And again, as Pastor Stovall have said and others, anytime we can be of service to you, be glad and freely to call on us. We thank you. We thank you.
Thank you. We thank you also on behalf of legislators. Thank you. Our last person is Jacqueline Jones. Jackie, are you there? Jackie? Okay.
I'm here.
Okay. Jackie, just want to say thank you so very, very much. Jackie Jones is the mother of 3 children, and she has 7 grandchildren. Wow. Thank you for that. And she's a member of Blessed Hope Worship Center with Pastor Ronald House, Howard, and also co-pastor Barbara Howard. Jacqueline Jones and her husband, Lomenzo Jones, they have been very, very, very instrumental in serving hot meals. They serve hot meals 5 days a week from 5 to 8 in the evening. And these meals are going out to people and families that cannot be able to provide a lot of meals for themselves, but also for meals for children and, as I said, families. They come to where Jackie Jones, she's located in Arbor Hill, and at the location there at Arbor Hill, it's called, well, we used to call it the greenhouse. They call it something else. What they call it now, Jackie?
It's
The
the
Arbor Hill Complex?
Athletic Complex Center.
Athletic Complex. She's been there for several years, and she even started an organization herself that's called the Kids Cafe. And that's been going on for some time now, and we really, really appreciate it. She also has reached out to other community partners where she gets her breads from Prinzo, she gets food from things from stewards, she gets grassroots givers, Arbor Hill, the Albany Housing Authority, they also help her out. So she's not just doing things on her own because she asks for help, and people help her. And she's doing things with her family members, and the family, we know that having a family working together, that's all what it's all about. If we can work with our family, a lot of times it's hard to get our families to do anything, but it seems to me that Jackie's doing a very great job and collaborating with her family members. And these hot meals are done by her husband, Lomenzo. I've had some of those hot meals myself, and it was very, very good. Thank you. But also she's out there in the forefront with doing the distribution, with the food distribution. She's done over 5,000 meals. And that's a really, we need to applaud her for that, because as you know, this is the hard times that we're all going through, and we're trying to do our best. But Jackie, I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And I understand on the Saturdays you do food baskets for the seniors. I didn't know that, but you're doing the food baskets for the seniors, and you distribute a lot of these meals and these food for the seniors and young people. Thank you so very, very much, Jackie. And I just wanted to just be able to honor you on behalf of myself and the legislators. And I know you have some words to say.
Well, before she speaks, Norma, I would like to say something.
Okay.
I just really, I commend all of the people who have been, I have witnessed the work they've done during the pandemic and making sure that people were fed. And I really appreciate it. But I just want to say, to Miss Jones and her husband, who happens to be my niece. I just want to thank you, Norma, for recognizing her and the work that she has done. It's been at a great sacrifice to her, and I know it's because she loves her community, her and her husband and all of her partners. So congratulations, and I am proud to be able to be a part of the honor of honoring you tonight, Jackie.
That is so great. Thank you so very, very much. And also, she's Wanda's daughter.
Yes, she is. And this, we know that Wednesday is Veterans Day. My daughter is also a veteran of Desert Storm. So she has carried her service from across the seas to right here. Kids have been active in the community since they were very, very young. And so I just wanted to say that, how proud I am.
Yes, thank you. That's wonderful. Jackie, you have something to say?
I do. Very briefly, I am truly honored and grateful recognizing efforts that we have put forward into our Hill community area. And accept this award on behalf of Kids Cafe, my husband, my sister, who's a part of the kitchen staff, and a niece that's part of the kitchen staff, and a cousin also who has helped tremendously with the administrative part of it and helping to gather our sponsorships. We will also give away Christmas and Thanksgiving baskets also to the families that we have serviced during that time. And once again, thank you for the recognition, and we are honored to be recognized for the efforts that we have done in our community.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So on behalf of letting me speak about the 5 recipients. Chairman, I would like to thank you so much for, Andrew, for letting me speak. Thank you so very, very much.
Oh, it's our
Good
pleasure,
job, Norma.
Ms. Chapman, and thank you for referring this wonderful group to us, and we thank them for their service during this pandemic and wish them the best of luck.
Thank you.
Before we move on to Major Chandler of the 42nd Combat Aviation Brigade, I believe we have Carol. Is Carol here?
She's muted.
Carol, you are muted.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
First
Carol,
of
you got
all-
5 minutes.
Oh, okay, thank you. First of all, Norma, that was so inspirational, and it also put me in a good mood, which you're going to see when I start talking that I was not before, you know, all of that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
And excuse me, I'm sick, so you'll have to hear me cough and blow my nose, etc. I'm starting now. At the public hearing on the budget, I spoke to 29 of you about a line on the budget about over $4 million of tobacco settlement money our county would be getting in 2021. I had explained that I tried unsuccessfully to find out how the money would be spent, and I tried very hard. Anyway, since Medicaid was my guess, I did discuss how, as wonderful as Medicaid, of course, is, spending all of it there was inconsistent with CDC guidelines about spending more than 50% on prevention. Anyway, after that, I tried various ways for over 2 weeks to find out where it would be spent. You'd think that wouldn't be so hard. Well, thanks to Anton Konev, who was wonderful, I found out that the person I really needed to speak with was David Riley, the Deputy Chair of Management and Budget. So, 3 phone conversations over time with his confidential secretary, and each time I was told, oh, she would look into it and get back to me, which of course she never did. So finally, I had had enough. So I called and I said, okay, I'm not getting the information here. And so this time I'm telling you that I am in the middle actually of writing a letter to the editor of the TU, actually asking for an answer to the question and wanting to know why it's so hard to find out. Well, this time I did get a call back within hours, and I was told that David Riley told her to tell me that, and this is a direct verbatim quote, the answer is in the budget. Well, I'm of course happy to hear that. So I said, can you find out for me what page it's on? Because I had read a lot of the budget, what page it's on, or alternatively where it will be spent. Well, I never got a call back about that. The day before that, I had spoken with Mark Grimm, and he said that I shouldn't have had to spend 2 weeks trying to get the information and that he would get it for me. He did. Thank you, Mark. Thank you very much. And the answer is Medicaid, and it's on page 207 of the budget. Now, here I was putting in all this effort, excuse me, with a question that had a 1-word answer, Medicaid. I don't know why I couldn't have just been told that. So I started wondering how much money taxpayers are paying David Riley to make me, I mean, I'm a hardworking citizen, to make me jump through all those hoops. Well, the answer to that question is $92,000. Now, this contrasts sharply with the salaries of nurses who are risking their lives every day, and maybe someday will save one of your lives or someone you love's lives, or maybe yours or mine. The average salary of registered nurses in the county, specifically at the nursing home, are $55,000. They make a lot more, by the way, working at Albany Med, and leaving the area, they could make more also. But even if they couldn't, this is outrageously low. Now, other essential
30 seconds, Carol.
workers, and I don't want to go over time. So, okay, the picture custodial workers, a long list of other essential workers who are horribly underpaid. And personally, I feel shame about that. And the last thing I want to say is to Gil. Gil, you haven't asked me for a clarification in a long time, and I'm feeling very neglected. Thank you all for your attention. Bye.
Thank you, Carol. Okay, and if we're going to end our COVID-19 Beyond the Call portion of the meeting tonight with Major Henry Chandler of the 42nd Combat Aviation Brigade. The 42nd Combat Aviation Brigade recognized that many families were being affected during the COVID-19 pandemic, and units were distributed amongst testing centers to supervise and oversee the operations in order to ensure that screenings were performed according to code. And the brigade also established call centers to assist and provide residents with resources in an effort to keep people safe and informed during this public health crisis. Some of those service members were in Albany County call centers, I might add, and also distributed food in Albany County. The 42nd Combat Aviation Brigade, in partnership with the food banks in Albany County, has graciously served families in the capital region area by distributing and delivering fresh produce and dairy products to people in need. And the 42nd Combat Aviation Brigade showed that it is an organization that cares about the residents of Albany County. And therefore, be it resolved that members of the Albany County Legislature recognize that the 42nd Combat Aviation Brigade deserve the Albany County Legislature Beyond the Call COVID-19 Award for their efforts to help the community during the COVID-19 pandemic. Major Chandler, are you with us tonight?
I'm here, Andrew. I just want to thank you and the rest of the legislature for considering the 42nd Combat Aviation Brigade for this award. I had a slew of notes prepared, but you covered everything that we did to help out the citizens of Albany County and the state of New York. Thank you again for considering our unit for this award.
Thank you, Major Chandler, for your service. And stay safe. Okay, we're going to call our November meeting to order. Mr. Ethier, I would like to. Mr. Ethier, you're muted. Just wanted to remind you of that. Is there anybody else in this Zoom meeting that wants to speak on an item on our agenda tonight or otherwise? Hearing none, the public forum is now closed. And now we will call our November meeting to order. I'd like to start with the Pledge of Allegiance and ask that members Brewski, Camiso, and Smith, being that they have served their country and Veterans Day is this week, that they lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States
of
of
America and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation,
under God,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Brewski, I'd like to add, you really looked the part tonight. Well done, my friend.
Feeling it today.
Every day. I'd like to ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Beston,
Here.
Brewski,
Here.
Bergdorf,
Here.
Chapman,
here,
Clay,
Here.
Clary,
Here.
Camiso,
Here.
Cunningham,
Here.
Demolowitz,
Here.
Drake,
Here.
Efacoro,
Here.
Ethier, Gil.
Gil, you're muted still.
No, he's unmuted. Gil. He is here.
We've got him.
Beanie,
Here.
Fine,
Here.
Grimm,
Here.
Andrew Joyce,
Here.
Ray Joyce,
Here.
Kuhn,
Here.
Langdon,
Here.
Lukakis,
Here.
Lockhart,
Here.
Mariello,
Here.
Mayo,
Here.
McLaughlin,
Here.
McLean Lane,
Here.
Miller,
Here.
O'Brien,
Here.
Hurley,
Here.
Peter,
Here.
Flosky,
Here.
Reedy,
Here.
Reinhardt,
Here.
Card,
Present, Madam Clerk.
Simpson,
Here.
Smith. Smith,
Mr. Smith, you're muted.
I see him, he's there. Tani,
Here.
Ward,
I'm here.
Here.
Whalen,
Here.
Willingham,
Here.
39 present.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Before we get started, I'd like to take the appointment of the Elections Commissioner first, as is tradition. I don't believe either one of them are with us tonight, but we did want to clear that out first. I have a motion for Mr. Ethier to take Resolution 451 out of order. Do I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Peter. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.
Madam Clerk, please read Resolution 451.
Appointment of election commissioners.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 My
Opposed?
vote is Kathy Donovan, but not for Rachel Bloody.
Noted. Resolution 451 passes. Thank you, everyone. Congratulations. Madam Clerk, please read the first item under previous business, 385.
Rescinding resolution number 217 for 2019.
This is going to be a long roll call, but would anyone like to speak on this first? All right, Madam Clerk, long roll call, please.
Baston,
Yes.
Brewski,
Yes.
Bergdorf,
Yes.
Chapman,
Yes.
No.
Clay,
Yes.
McCleary, Clary,
Yes.
Clary,
Yes.
Camiso,
Yes.
Cunningham,
Yes.
Jamalowitz,
All right, stand by, everyone. I want to make sure that we're clear of what's going on here. If you're voting yes, you want to rescind Resolution 217 for 2019, which will switch the healthcare plan from 15 years back to 20.
Mr.
No.
Chairman,
That was not clear. That was not
Was
clear.
not clear.
So
Mr.
I'm going to ask
Chairman.
the clerk, stand by, everyone. Let me explain. Just as a note, in Democratic caucus, we agreed that we would not be rescinding this. So I want to make that clear. I don't know if that was clear, from the get-go when we started this.
Could you please do the roll call again?
Yes, I will.
Mr. Ward,
I was going to ask for a motion to rescind the roll call, do a recall on the roll call.
that's what we're going to do. I'm
gotta
going to
second that.
go ahead and start the roll one more time. Long roll call on Resolution 385.
Baston,
I'm sorry, no.
Brewski,
No.
Bergdorf,
Yes.
Chapman,
No.
Clay,
No.
Clary,
No.
Camiso,
No.
Cunningham,
No.
Jamalowitz,
No.
Drake,
Yes.
Effelburo,
No.
Ethier, Gill, Feeney,
No.
Fine. Fine. Oh, I didn't hear you. Breaking up.
Mr. Fine?
No. I can read it.
God, in case you can't hear me, I'm voting no.
Okay, we got you.
Grimm,
Yes.
Andrew Joyce,
No.
Ray Joyce,
No.
Kuhn,
No.
Langdon,
Yes.
Lakakis,
No.
Lockhart,
Yes.
Muriello,
Yes.
Mayo,
No.
McLaughlin,
No.
McLean Lane,
No.
Miller,
No.
O'Brien,
No.
Purley,
Yes.
Peter,
No.
Flosky,
No.
Reedy,
No.
Reinhardt,
No.
Ricard,
Nay.
Simpson, Mert, unmute. You're muted. Smith,
No.
Tunney,
Yes.
Ward,
No.
Whalen,
Yes.
Willingham.
No.
Mert's muted. Mert, can you unmute yourself?
Mr. Simpson, can you hear us?
Huh?
Mr. Simpson,
Huh?
I'm gonna call you about tomorrow.
What's going on tomorrow?
Nothing.
Mert,
So I don't know if.
Carolyn.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I can hear you.
can you hear me? I need your vote, yes or no?
we need your vote, Mr. Simpson.
Oh, I said no.
Okay. Mr. Ethier,
No.
thank you. That's everybody. Mr. Smith,
I got Smith.
No.
I got Smith.
that's everybody.
Okay. So I have 30 noes, 9 yes.
Resolution 385 fails 30-9.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Bergdorf,
I'd like a clarification. Been here 5 years. On Resolution 451 on the appointment of the election commissioners, the resolution is appointing 2 people. I have never seen somebody be able to vote for part of the resolution and vote against another part of the resolution. I would like to know how Ms. McLean's vote will be
Mr.
tallied.
Bergdorf, I'll be happy to respond to you directly. That is just my feeling of the matter.
Excuse me,
You just
Allison,
noted it, and that's all.
I'm asking the chairman how the vote will be recorded.
Mr. Bergdorf, the vote was in the affirmative. That's how it was counted.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Madam Clerk, first item under current business, 386, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the State Department of Health regarding reimbursement for administrative costs pertaining to the Children's Special Health Care Needs Program.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 386 passes. For 387, please.
Authorizing agreement with foster care providers.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 387 passes, unanimous. For 388, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the Departments of Social Services and Mental Health regarding services for safety net and TAMP applicants and recipients.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
88 passes, unanimous. For 389, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Equinox regarding non-residential domestic violence services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
389 passes, unanimous. For 390, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Access Transit regarding transportation services for eligible seniors.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 390 passes, unanimous. For 391, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Life Path regarding adult day services for seniors.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
391 passes unanimous. 392, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Cornell Cooperative Extension regarding dietitian services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
392 passes unanimous. For 393, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee regarding the Highway Safety Program.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
May I abstain, please?
We note your abstention, Ms. Platsky.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Opposed? For 393 passes, one abstention. For 394, please.
Authorizing the submission of a grant application and an agreement with the New York State Office of Victim Services regarding the Victim Assistance Program.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 394 passes unanimous. 395, please.
Approving the submission of the Certificate of Incorporation for the Advancement Albany County Alliance, a local development corporation.
I'd like to go on this, if I'm not on it already, just as a note.
I would like to
Would you add Gary too?
Okay, folks. Is there
Yeah,
anyone who doesn't want to go on?
Yeah, I believe that I am on there. I should be on. Am I on that resolution?
Yes.
Thank you.
I think we added a list on caucus.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Is everybody on that?
Yes.
That want to be on it? Thank you very much.
Yeah. I like to be on it too, Norma.
Okay. We'll take, we got that.
Okay, thanks.
395 passes unanimous. For 396, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Health Insurance Solutions regarding administering a specialty pharmacy program for Albany County employees and retirees under 65.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The 396 passes unanimous. For 397, please.
Amending resolution number 156 for 2018 regarding the immunization action plan and amending the 2020 Department of Health budget.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 397 passes unanimous. 398, please.
Amending resolution number 349 for 2019 regarding the maternal and infant community health collaborative.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 398 passes unanimous. 399, please.
Amending resolution number 430 for 2019 regarding the opiate response grant.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 399 passes unanimous. For 400, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Capital Area Peer Services regarding peer advocacy and support services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 400 passes unanimous. For 401, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Capital Counseling regarding the provision of gambling addiction treatment and services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 401 passes unanimous. For 402, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Catholic Charities regarding the provision of substance abuse treatment services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 402 passes unanimous. For 403, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Community Maternity Services regarding the provision of case management services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 403 passes unanimous. 404, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Equinox regarding outpatient treatment services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 404 passes unanimous. 405, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Equinox regarding supportive housing services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 405 passes unanimous. 406, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the Homeless and Travelers Aid Society regarding supportive housing services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 406 passes unanimous. For 407, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Hope House regarding residential and treatment services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 407 passes unanimous. 408, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Hospitality House regarding intensive substance abuse treatment services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 408 passes unanimous. 409, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Mental Health Empowerment Project regarding homeless peer advocacy services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 409 passes unanimous. 410, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Northeast Career Planning regarding educational and career services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 410 passes unanimous. 411, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Parsons Child and Family Center regarding crisis intervention services.
All those in favor? Opposed? 411 passes unanimous. 412, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Pearl Street Counseling regarding outpatient treatment services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 412 passes unanimous. 413, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Rehabilitation Support Services regarding supportive housing and outreach services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 413 passes unanimous. 414, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Senior Hope Counseling regarding the provision of medically supervised outpatient treatment services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 414 passes unanimous. 415, please.
Authorizing an agreement with St. Anne Institute regarding day treatment and vocational services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 415 passes unanimous. 416, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Trinity Alliance of the Capital Region regarding intensive residential treatment services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 416 passes unanimous. 417, please.
Authorizing an interdepartmental agreement regarding single point of access services.
All those in favor? Opposed? 17 passes unanimous. 418, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Addictions Care Center of Albany regarding community residential and case management services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 14 passes unanimous. 419, please.
Authorizing an agreement with St. Peter's Addiction Recovery Center regarding the provision of community residential and case management services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 419 passes unanimous. For 420, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the New York State Department of Homeland Security and Emergency Services regarding the 2020 Emergency Management Performance Grant and amending the 2020 Sheriff's Office budget.
Note my abstention on this. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimous with one abstention. 421, please.
Authorizing an agreement with WebSmart Chevrolet for the purchase of 6 vehicles for the Albany County Sheriff's Office.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 421 passes unanimous. For 422, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the New York State Canal Corporation regarding the Marine Patrol Grant.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I can't get it to work.
422 passes unanimous. 423, please.
Authorizing an agreement with H2M Architects and Engineers for the Clarksville 911 EOC project.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 423 passes unanimous. 424, please.
Authorizing an agreement between the Albany County Sheriff's Office and Better Health for Northeast New York to provide temporary housing for homeless individuals served by Albany Medical Center Hospital.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 424 passes unanimous. 425, please.
Amending the 2020 Sheriff's Office budget.
All those in favor?
Aye.
425
Aye.
passes unanimous. 426, please.
Amending the 2020 District Attorney's Office budget.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 426 passes unanimous. 427, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Hashim Russ regarding bond counsel services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 427 passes unanimous. 428, please.
Authorizing an agreement with VST and Company for independent auditing services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
428 passes unanimous. 429, please.
Authorizing an agreement with M&T Bank for banking services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 429 passes unanimous. For 430, please.
A tax anticipation note resolution of the County of Albany, New York, dated November 9th, 2020. A resolution authorizing the issuance of up to 40 million aggregate principal amount of tax anticipation notes pursuant to the local finance law in anticipation of the collection of real estate taxes to be levied in and for the county and its 2021 fiscal year.
Okay, since this is a tax anticipation note, it's going to be a long roll call, please.
Sexton,
Yes.
Bruschi. Bruschi,
This is for which item?
resolution
430, Nathan.
430. Yes.
Dorf,
Yes.
Chapman,
Yes.
Clay,
Yes.
Clary,
Yes.
Camisso,
Yes.
Cunningham,
Yes.
Demalowitz,
Yes.
Drake.
Yeah.
Efacoro,
Yes.
Ethier,
Yes.
Feeney,
Yes.
Fine,
Yes.
Graham,
Yes.
Andrew Joyce,
Yes.
Ray Joyce,
Yes.
Coon,
Yes.
Langdon,
Yes.
Lakakis,
Yes.
Lockhart,
Yes.
Mariello,
Yes.
Mayo,
Yes.
McLaughlin,
Yes.
McLean Lane,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
O'Brien,
Yes.
Hurley,
Yes.
Peter,
Yes.
Flosky,
Yes.
Reedy,
Yes.
Reinhardt,
Yes.
Ricard,
Yes.
Simpson,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Honey,
Yes.
Ward,
Yes.
Whalen,
Yes.
Willingham,
Yes.
39 yes. Unanimous.
430 passes unanimous. For 431, please.
Amending the 2020 Water Purification District budget.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 31 passes, unanimous. 432, please.
Amending the 2020 Department of Mental Health budget.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
432 passes, unanimous. 433, please.
Amending the 2020 Department of Mental Health budget.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
433 passes, unanimous. 434, please.
Authorizing the cancellation of unenforceable delinquent real property tax liens on 99 Ciderview Lane in the town of Colony and charge back of the amounts credited in connection with them.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 434 passes, unanimous. 435, please.
Rescinding the authorization to convey real property pursuant to resolution number 69 for 2020 and authorizing the conveyance of 19 Canal Street in the town of Colony.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 435 passes, unanimous. 436, please.
Rescinding the authorization to convey real property pursuant to resolution number 399 for 2019 and authorizing the conveyance of 461 First Street in the city of Albany.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
436 passes, unanimous. 437, please.
Rescinding the authorization to convey real property pursuant to resolution number 399 for 2019 and authorizing the conveyance of 468 North Pearl Street in the city of Albany.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 437 passes, unanimous. 438, please.
Rescinding the authorization to convey real property pursuant to resolution number 29 for 2019 and authorizing the conveyance of 117 Clinton Avenue in the city, located in the city of Albany.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 438 passes, unanimous. Bear with me one moment here, folks.
Hey, Lois. Listen, I have to get back to you. I'm in the middle of a legislative session on Zoom.
Bill, we can hear you.
439. Okay, folks, you received an addendum today on the property was removed and we are voting on the updated list, so you know. Or 439. All those in favor?
Can I speak on 439?
Stand by. Clerk, please read 439.
Authorizing the conveyance of various parcels of real property to the Albany County Land Bank Corporation.
All those in favor?
I'd like to speak.
Oh, stand by one moment, folks. Go ahead, Ms. McLaughlin.
I'm going to be voting against this because I remain really discontent with the workings of the land bank. And even though we've been in conversations, I've seen nothing finalized in terms of recommendations that were made to them. And I continue to get negative reports. And I'm not satisfied to date with the workings of the land bank. And I would wish to continue in conversation with them, find out what their board, what actions they are voting on and changes they've made in policy and procedure going forward. But to date, I'm not satisfied that things have changed. And so I will be voting against this.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
I just wanted to echo some of the sentiments that Legislator McLaughlin put forward with respect to these reports. I too have gotten several reports similar, and not to belabor the point, but Ms. McLaughlin, I'm with you there. I will be voting for it, but I think this is something the legislature might need to take up in further. Thanks for bringing that to our attention.
Okay, on 439, all of those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Opposed.
439 passes. 38-1. 440, please.
designating the Albany County Convention and Visitors Bureau as Albany County's tourist promotion agency to receive tourism, advertising, and promotion grants.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 440 passes, unanimous. 441, please.
Authorizing the purchase of real property located at 60 Trinity Lane in the town of Clemens.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 441 passes, unanimous. 442, please.
Authorizing the county executive to enter into a payment in lieu of taxes agreement with Beaver Dam Solar One regarding real property located at 275 Beaver Dam Road in the town of Bethlehem.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 442 passes, unanimous.
Please, Mr. Chairman, please note Ray Joyce's abstention on that.
442 passes with one abstention. For 443, please.
Amending resolution number 269 for 2020.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 443 passes, unanimous. 444, please.
Confirming the appointment of the Commissioner of the Department of Management and Budget.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Appointment passes unanimous. Congratulations, Mr. Riley. For 445, please.
Confirming the appointment of the Director of the Albany County Youth Bureau.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Clay.
may I be added to that resolution for that appointment, please?
And 445 for the Youth Bureau?
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Clay, we'll add you. All those opposed? Hearing none, unanimous, 445. Congratulations, Valerie. For 446, please.
Appointment of a board member to the Albany County Land Bank Corporation.
Mr. Chairman?
Mr. Grimm.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yeah. Is it my understanding that this will be voted on tonight rather than being sent to committee?
Correct.
Why is that? Why are we not have the opportunity to vet the nominee in a committee setting?
We've never sent these to committee, but I spoke with the minority leader tonight about this. That's something we can consider in the future.
Well, just given, actually, Ms. McLaughlin echoed some concerns about the land bank. This is a very important appointment. What would be the harm of vetting the nominee in a committee and then bringing it back here?
Okay, are you making a motion to send it to committee, Mr. Grimm?
Oh, yes, if that's acceptable. Thank
Okay,
you.
we have a motion to send 446 back to committee. Do I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Purley. All those in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Chairman,
Long roll call, please. Roll call.
Roll call.
What are we vote? We're voting on to take it into
Andrew,
committee. Is that
You're
what the
muted,
vote?
Andrew.
Yes.
Cameron, you're muted.
Could you please clarify what we're voting on?
Yeah, the motion is to vet the nominee in a committee. And by the way, I'm not making any comment on the qualifications of the nominee. I just think the nominee should be vetted in a committee, particularly considering the importance of the land bank and the concerns that the members have. So this is a vote just to send it to committee, personnel.
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Clay.
Mr. Chairman.
I'm not opposed to it going to committee, but my nearly 18 years as a legislator, I have never had a appointee go before the committee. I'm not sure the reasons for it. I understand that I'm dissatisfied with the land bank as well, but I don't want this person to suffer because of our dissatisfaction. I think we work on. I would certainly strongly recommend that we work on those things that
some of our legislators have voiced. But I don't see the reason for holding up this particular appointee.
Hey, thank you, Mr. Clay. Just to kind of reconfirm and reorient everybody here. We were going to vote on this tonight. It's a majority leader's choice for the appointment of a board member to the Albany County Land Bank Corporation, sponsored by Mr. Feeney and Mr. Clay. Mr. Grimm made a motion to send this to committee, and it's been seconded by Mr. Purley. And we are going to do a long roll call on the motion to send this to committee. Please.
Mr. Chairman,
Stand
Mr.
by.
Chairman,
Mr. Demolowitz.
Mr. Chairman. Yes, would you please add me as a sponsor?
We will.
Mr. Chairman,
Stand by, everyone. I'll get to each of you. Just don't talk over one another. Mr. Fine?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I do think that Mr. Grimm makes a point, but I do think that Mr. Grimm makes a point, but I also think if we're going to send this to committee, I think we should revisit our entire policy of all of these appointments. I don't think it's fair to send the appointment of this board member to committee, but not the appointment of the next one.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Authority, and I think this is something that we should probably revisit and have a discussion about, but I don't think it's right to put this person forward to committee and not others.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Chair. Yeah,
Stand by, Mr. Grimm. Mr. Grimm, stand by. Mr. Feeney.
Yeah.
I just want to point out that this is not a charter appointment. We usually don't send these to committee. And I oppose this.
Okay.
There's no reason to
Anybody
send
else?
this appointment to committee.
Mr. Chairman.
Is that Mr. Ethier?
Yes, Andrew.
Sure, go ahead.
Sending things going back to committee, I thought that was your sole prerogative.
That it is. But there has been a motion made to send it back, which is perfectly fine.
Well, I realize that. I realize that, but are we setting new landscape here by motion on the floor getting passed or defeated? Are we taking something away from you?
You're not taking anything away from me, Mr. Ethier. I'm just managing traffic here.
Mr. Chairman.
Well, you better put a caution sign up on that one.
Okay. We'll do, Mr. Ethier. Stand by, everyone. We'll get to you. Mr. Bergdorf.
I have a tendency to agree with Mr. Feeney. This is a majority appointment. However, earlier this year, when the county executive had an appointment to the airport authority, instead of acting upon it, the majority sent it to a committee before it could be acted upon, as it was intentionally going to be acted upon that evening. So I'm at a loss as to what our policy is, and I think that we should treat people accordingly, without respect to personality or the politics of it. So to do something in one instance and not do it in another, I'm not quite sure where our guidance lies as an organization.
Well, I think we're seeing it in action tonight. If a member wants an item referred to a committee, they can use their prerogative to do that. And that was probably the case in the other instance that you mentioned. Was there anybody else who wanted to speak on this? Mr. Grimm.
All right, thank you, Madam Chair, or Mr. Chair. Yeah, by the way, it's no reflection on the nominee. Let's be clear about that. It's just, this is a procedural question. And given the concerns the member expressed tonight about the land bank, I just thought it made common sense to refer it to committee so all the members could ask any questions they wanted. I don't understand why someone would be against that. Is there some timeliness issue or something?
Ms. Lockhart.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm a little confused too. I've been here a long time, and maybe somebody who's even been here longer than me can tell me. My understanding was that we would vet people of the level of commissioners, but usually these appointments, whoever's they were, just didn't go to committee. Am I correct in that?
That's correct.
do we actually have a policy? Is it written down somewhere, a rules of the legislature, something that can give us some guidance? That's been my experience, but I'm not sure.
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Ward.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Three things. This position is not subject to confirmation. However, it is the prerogative of the chair to send it back to committee if he so wishes, or if the legislature, after a motion is made, they can also vote to ask to send it back to committee. So it is our prerogative. However, it is the majority leader's appointment, and I believe we're, it's subject to our prerogative whether or not we agree with the majority leader's appointment.
Thank you, Mr. Ward. Carolyn?
I too just like to echo that it's not reflective of the appointee, but I understand that this is a majority appointment. I'm concerned about, I don't care who it is, I'm concerned about people being appointed and what they know about the role that they're taking on. And as I have been in conversation and different discussions about the land bank, this is a big concern for me.
Button.
Unmute her. Who was it?
Carolyn, hit the mute button.
Carolyn, you're muted. If you can unmute. Give you a moment to unmute.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'd like to have the opportunity to speak to whoever's being appointed based on my concerns. That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you. Mr. Simpson.
Yeah, I just think it's an equity issue. I think that, to randomly pick some people to be referred and the majority is not right. But I do think that there's a larger issue that there are some serious structural problems with the land bank that we need to, as a body, really hone in on. But I don't think the review of one individual is going to deal with a change of the appropriate policy of the larger body.
Thank you.
If I may, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Drake.
All great points, everyone. I think we may have strayed, though, from Mr. Grimm's original suggestion. He noted it has really nothing to do with the land bank or the particular employee. I think it's the process that he's speaking of. I just want to bring that back on track if I'm correct about that. Thank you.
Okay, anyone else?
Just one more thing, if I could, Mr. Chair. Some points are more important than others. And given the concerns over the land bank that members have expressed tonight, I'm at a loss to say what would be the problem with interviewing the new member about what direction she thinks the land bank should go. I'm just at a loss for that.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Grimm.
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Clay.
Mr. Chairman, let me be perfectly frank and as honest as I can possibly be. One of the things that we wish that I have been pursuing, these boards that we have, they have very few people of color on them, very few. And I've asked the majority leader, I've asked the chairman, and in terms of appointments to these committees, to please consider people of color, and because these boards, all the committees, I know probably one out of all the committees and that we have, and that's all. That's the purpose of that. This lady, and I don't want to get into personality, she to bring her in, and Carolyn, my colleague and close colleague. This has nothing to do with the structure changes in the land bank. I agree. There's changes. I have people that complain to me because it takes so long for a piece of property to go through the process with the land bank. So I'm in agreement with that. But I don't see holding up the appointment of one person of which the majority leader is entitled to make changes any of that. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Clay. And I did want to point out that on the issue of vetting, this is the majority leader's appointment, and he vetted the candidate. So just to talk on Ms. McLean.
There's so much interference. You can't. Even
I don't know
hear.
what that is.
Is there anyone else that wanted to speak on 446?
Can I, this is Carolyn again. I just wanted to clarify myself and respond to Mr. Clay. This has nothing to do with the individual. And I do know that I have greater issues with the administration of the land bank. And I can see, and I appreciate that a woman and a person of color is being appointed. I'm concerned people understand what they're getting themselves into and what their commitment is to understand because of the job that they're taking on. I want, and the concerns that are out here in the community about the land bank. If we're not going to send it to committee, I have to push. We have to have greater conversations with the land bank, the administration of the land bank, because in spite of all the meetings that I participated in, I still have not seen anything firmed up in terms of what the land bank has decided after all those meetings we had. So no matter which way we go, to committee or not, this legislature needs to call in the leadership of the land bank and have a conversation about their policy and procedures.
Mr. Chairman.
Ms. Lockhart.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just a brief note. I agree the problems with the land bank, and I think that needs to be addressed at another time. This is the majority leader's. Chairman has certain picks. The minority leader has certain picks on things. I think we should respect that. And I think we have to trust how we have set that up. And I would hope that when the minority leader has his appointments, that everybody would respect them too and trust that it was vetted. That's how we work it. And out of respect for the majority leader, I think we should pass it and deal with the land bank issues in another time. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman.
Stand by.
Chairman.
Mr. Cleary.
Yes, I agree. It's the majority leader's appointment. I'm sure he has spoken about what the duties are, about the job and everything. I think that it should just be voted on now and not be put back to committee. Thank you.
Mr. Ethier.
Mr. Chairman, not that it makes any difference, but did I hear somebody say the person being appointed is a person of color?
That's correct.
All right, thank you.
Okay, is there anyone else who wants to speak on 446?
Can I speak?
Yes,
Ms.
Mr.
Willingham.
Chairman. Sorry.
Ms. Willingham, then Mr. Kuhn, and Ms. McLean Lane.
Okay, thank you. I think that several issues have been brought up here tonight. The major one for me right now is the fact that this is a name that has been put forward by the majority leader. And for that reason, you know, I am going to vote in favor of that. I'm not sure now if you're sending this back to committee or what, but I agree that the majority leader selection should have been honored. The next thing is with all of the issues surrounding the land bank, I think that's something that we're going to have to take care of, you know, in a different way, whether it's a hearing or, you know, whatever you deem fit. But right now, I think this appointment should not be held up because it's going to change the way in which we do business as far as appointments are concerned. And I don't know if we're ready to make the decision right now tonight on why we want to make this change on this particular appointment.
Mr. Kuhn?
Sure. Well, it sounds as if there is quite a bit of dissatisfaction with the land bank by certain members of the legislature, and wanting to talk to a potential appointee to the land bank about some of their concerns about the way the land bank is run before someone is appointed to the position I mean, this is the opportunity before they're appointed for the legislature to really have a discussion with this person, to download to them what their concerns are. And as they're appointed to that position, presumably, then to take those concerns and have that and realize what they are on board, and then to discharge their obligations on the land bank, understanding what the concerns of the legislature are. So it's no indictment or second guessing of the appointment of the majority leader to say, okay, before we actually appoint this person, we'd like to have a conversation with them. So if there are individuals who want to have that conversation and interact with them at a committee hearing before they're appointed, that seems to make sense, because this is our opportunity to talk to these potential members of the land bank. So as the vice chair of the personnel committee, I'm inclined to vote for this, and it's no indictment at all of this individual or of the person who's appointed them, but this is our opportunity to express our concerns to that person so that they can take them and effectuate them on the land bank. So I'm inclined to vote yes, to send this to committee to have a conversation with this person.
Ms. McLean Lane.
Thank you very much, Chairman, for recognizing me. I personally had emailed off the website to the land bank inquiring about a property on behalf of my father, and I never received a response. And that was greatly disturbing to me. And I echo the sentiments of my colleagues, legislators Willingham, McLaughlin, and the input from legislator Kuhn, that there are some concerns here. But I do agree that, I will vote yes on this. But there are some concerns here that there is also, when you go to the land bank website, and I had a constituent, a business owner constituent, not a voter constituent, who went to the land bank website and couldn't even identify the property that he was interested in, and also did not get a response. So thank you to my legislator colleagues for validating these concerns that I have had. And I support my majority leader and his pick. I appreciate very much, especially because these properties are predominantly in low-income areas, and I will support his pick. This is no reflection on our majority leader's pick, but I do think there are some concerns here. So thank you very much for allowing me this time.
Okay, Ms. Willingham.
You call for the question, Mr. Chairman.
We're gonna have one more speaker, and then we're gonna vote on the motion to send the majority leader's pick to personnel. And we're gonna allow Ms. Willingham to speak, and then we're gonna have the vote.
Okay, there's one thing, again, the land bank has had a myriad of issues. And I believe that we are finally getting to resolve some of them with the leadership of Carolyn and McLaughlin, and also Matt Peters. However, if we're voting if we're thinking about vetting every board member, then we're going to be setting a precedent, okay? Which from now on, any appointments would have to come in front of whether it's a committee, which I don't know what committee that would be. That would have to be something that would be established, I guess, by the chair. But it would have to apply to every appointment. And so I just want that to be seen as, some type of consideration here, because it's either the chairman's pick or the majority leader's pick or the minority leader's pick. You got to realize, what you're actually talking about right now. And that's just a point that I wanted to make. Thank you.
Mr. Chair.
you hear me?
Andrew? I raised my hand before.
Okay, Ms. Lakakis.
I just want to say, somebody said to me a year or so ago that, we have to have rules, and we have our rules. And I understand that everybody's got issues with the land bank, but I also understand that most of the issues that I've heard are operational. They're not policy making. And I think it's a big onus to put on this person, that they're going to get in there and solve the land bank's problems. I think we should meet with all the land bank trustees or whatever they're called and sit down with them and identify our problems, and with Adam as well. It's not something that one person can change, especially going in cold. And I think we should, it was Dennis's choice. He made his choice. I think we should go with it and then address the problem separately, because I think it is a big problem and we shouldn't ignore it. Thank you.
Okay, folks, we've had a lot of discussion tonight. We've kind of veered away from the issue of the appointment. We'll have discussion about the land bank and new renewed focus on that with our Blight to Betterment Task Force and with the membership.
Mr. Chair.
On the motion to send resolution 446.
Mr. Chair.
Long roll call, please. Long roll
I
call.
wish to withdraw my motion. I agree with Lynn. I'm okay with withdrawing my motion if we, if some way we can meet with the board management of the land bank and members can ask their questions, because I don't want it to appear that we are singling anybody out. So I'm going to withdraw my motion if we have like a consensus that.
Mr. Purley, do you withdraw your second to the motion?
Yes, I do, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
But I want, if we can agree on a consensus to have some opportunity to meet with the management of the land bank and members can ask any of their questions, I'm satisfied with that.
Okay.
Is that okay?
We'll arrange for that this week, Mr. Grimm.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
I really enjoyed this discussion. It was really good. I just thought I was helping out, but I guess I wasn't so much. But I think I'm okay with that
Okay.
resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Grimm.
Okay.
Madam Clerk, please read 446 one more time.
Appointment of a board member to the Albany County Land Bank Corporation.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Mr. Chairman,
Opposed?
Aye.
Mr. Peter?
I'll just be added as a sponsor to the Majority Leader's recommendation, please.
Yes, we'll add you. I'd like to add myself as well.
Myself too. Please.
I'd like to be added too, Mr.
Wanda Willingham also.
And Allison McLean Lane, thank you very much.
Yes, please, Lakakis.
Me too, Andrew.
Okay, we'll follow up with the members of the majority and make sure everyone who wants to be added to 446 will be added.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
My pleasure.
you didn't announce the vote, and I heard a late aye.
Okay. Resolution 446 passes unanimous. Number 447, please.
Confirming the appointment of a member to the Albany County Airport Authority.
I believe Mr. Feeney has an amendment for this.
Yes. Mr. Chairman, the language that says this term commencing immediately there should be new language that substitutes in that says the term commencing January 1st, 2021.
I'd like to second that motion, Mr. Chairman.
The motion to amend from Mr. Feeney has been seconded by Mr. Clay. All those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
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 A motion to amend 447 is unanimous. On resolution 447 as amended, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Resolution 447 passes unanimous as amended. Number 448, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the Advanced Albany County Alliance and amending the 2020 Albany County budget.
Please send that to our Economic Development Committee and our Audit and Finance Committee.
And would you add Gary to it?
We've got you, Mr. Demolowitz.
Thank you.
Number 449, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the Advanced Albany County Alliance for the purposes of providing services to assist the economic recovery of Albany County and amending the 2020 Albany County budget.
Send that to our Economic Development Committee and our Audit and Finance Committee.
And would you add me to that also?
We've got you, Mr. Demowitz.
Thank you.
Could you add McLaughlin to that as well, please?
We've got you. Number 450, please.
Amending 2020 Albany County budget to provide funding for the commissions on redistricting.
Please send that to Audit and Finance.
I'd like to be added to that as well, McLaughlin.
We've
Thank you.
got you, Ms. McLaughlin.
And Peter as well, Mr. Joyce, Chairman.
Peter?
And there are also.
Go Rickard.
Okay. we've got you added.
I should be on that.
Thank you, everyone. Before I accept the motion to adjourn, I want to thank you all for your participation and your patience and the robust discussion that we had tonight. Please listen to the advice of medical professionals. Keep yourselves and your families safe. As you've seen during the briefings and before that, the numbers are not going in the right direction. So please keep your families safe. If you need any COVID-19 information, PPE, be sure to let us know and we'll get it to you. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Ricard, seconded by Ms. Willingham. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Good night, everyone. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Aye.
Night.